Unemployed graduates, government officials and potential employers will be under the same roof as the Department of Higher Education will be launching To the Power of X Squared. That's a national internship program in Mahikeng. The initiative is a flagship national workplace learning program of the Services SETA that will connect 20,000 unemployed university and TVET college graduates from across South Africa with structured 24-month workplace opportunities. Employers across South Africa, including private companies, public entities, municipalities, government departments and non-governmental organizations that can provide structured workplace opportunities that are expected to be part of the launch. Let's now cross to Tebogo Phakedi for more on the story. Tebogo, good morning to you.
Good morning, Leanne, and of course, good morning to the viewers. We are coming to you from Mahikeng Hotel School, where preparations for the launch of To the Power of X Squared are underway. We understand that the Minister of Higher Education and Training, Buti Manamela, will be launching this national initiative just around from 11 o'clock, Leanne. But this seeks to address the initiative, addressing the graduate unemployment. I just want us to reflect as far as the unemployment stats are concerned. The first quarter statistics indicating there that about 32.7% of South Africans are unemployed, translating to 8.1 million people, Leanne. When we break down to the young ones, those between 15 and 24, about 37.6% of them unemployed. We hear many of them saying when we try to apply, the employers are telling us about experience. We now, with the Services SETA spearheading this program, this seeking to address such challenges. I want to speak to the administrator of Services SETA, Lehlogonolo Masoga. Thank you so much for your time. When I hear To the Power of X Squared, I'm thinking mathematics, but I know it's not about that. Please tell us about this initiative.
The Power of X Squared is a very ambitious initiative by the Services SETA. We intend to rope in 20,000 interns into that program. And we call it the Power of X because through this X we expanding opportunities, bringing more experience to the youth, bringing exposure, bringing excellence, but also exchange. You can see it's X all the way. So it's a platform through which we want to create opportunities for the youth who are left out of the labor market so that they can accumulate this much needed experience, so that also over time they can be absorbed by some of these employers, whilst at the same time gaining meaningful experience and making them easily employable even in future. So we're expanding this program over a period of 24 months as opposed to the usual 12 months.
What is the feedback when you engage graduates as well as employers?
I must say the feedback from the graduates is quite overwhelming. We're sitting on a database in excess of 40,000 graduates that have applied for these opportunities. Actually, our desperation has been more about mobilizing employers who are going to become host employers to these graduates. And I think now that we've made sufficient noise, we're beginning to get some traction from among strategic employers, both in the private and in the public sector. And today's occasion marks the beginning of this ambitious journey, wherein we'll be going across the entire country, doing similar events, launching these projects, because each and every province is going to have its own portion out of this 20,000. And we're starting here in the first with a minimum of 1,000 today, but for the purpose of the ministerial launch.
Yeah. And how do young people access this To Power of X Squared program? How do they access this assistance?
The Services SETA has established a digital platform, particularly through our website and our WhatsApp-based channel, wherein we communicate with members of the public easily. We wish to invite more unemployed graduates to register because we want to expand the scope of this program beyond 20,000 that we are launching with now. We are talking to our key stakeholders, the NSF, the UIF, to see if we can expand a little bit of these resources we have so that we rope in more and more unemployed graduates, but also we call upon the employers to express their interest to host these learners, we will be taking care of the costs that are associated with bringing these learners to the workplace. So there's no reason for the employers to be worried, because we're as good as bringing them good free labor, graduates from universities and TVET colleges.
Thank you so much. That was the Administrator of Services SETA, Lehlogonolo Masoga. Of course, we expect the Minister of Higher Education and Training, Butimana, to launch this program from 11 o'clock. We will also engage just young people or even graduates that will be here to hear from them how they believe this will have an impact as far as asking for work experience is concerned. We have more news here on Channel 404. For now, let's take a break.
All right, we'll leave it there. Thanks so much, and we'll touch base with you as that event gets underway. Tebogo Phakedi, thank you.